For the first time in 47th IFFI, we are screening 3 accessible films. The accessible film is done using audio description made for children with disabilities who are visually challenged. This is done under Accessible India campaign, and this is done in collaboration with UNESCO and Saksham. Visually challenged people cannot see the movies in which normal people can watch. They miss out on the content which is not dialogue driven. So audio description is made on the scenes so they can feel what is happening on the screen through describing the scenery, costumes, facial expression, like that. So audio description for the film screened at IFFI is done by Saksham NGO, and they have till now audio described around 22 movies like Munaba MBBS, Thare Zameen Par, 3 Idiots, like that. And now we have with us Vijay Raghvan. He is a program head of UNESCO. And we have with us founder of Saksham, Ms. Rummi Seth, and Dipendra Manocha. And we have with us Taha Hazri, who is OSD in Directorate of Social Welfare, Government of Goa. And now let us hear from them more about audio description of the films.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks. I'll just say one thing is that just imagine you're watching a film with your eyes closed. Just imagine that. Try it and see. How much do you understand and how much do you follow of the movie? Like in our Hindi movies, we have many films and many scenes which do not have a dialogue. We have a lot of action. Can you imagine any person who's visually impaired watching a film by themselves? They're hearing the dialogues, but in between the non-dialogue portions, what is happening, no idea at all. And if you're watching it with them, how much are we truthful enough to describe that scene at that time in the screen? It's really not fair. So this was a personal of my experience watching movies with friends I have who are visually impaired, and to be sitting in a theater and being asked, I'm reacting to the non-dialogue portions, either I'm laughing or, in whatever way I'm reacting, and they do not understand why I'm reacting and what is happening. And then they tell me, please tell what's happening, because the dialogues before the dialogue start again, tell us what happened in that scene. So it was really very difficult for me, so I said, why don't we start this and do this? And this was way back in 2004. It's been a long journey, but a very fruitful journey and a very, very satisfying journey. And like mentioned, we have done 22 films, but yet we are still not where we need to go. Because what we feel, okay, we are describing the movies, we are making them exclusively, Saksham is doing them, but that's not what we want to do. Why should we be doing the movies alone? Why should they be watching films in a theater just by themselves? That's not the idea. How come we do not see any blind persons going to movie halls? So the main idea is that any movie that comes, any movie and the production stage should come with an audio description. Should be there. That option should be there, even if they're watching it at home, whether you want to watch it with or without audio description, and how it should be shown in the theaters. So I think Mr. Manocha can tell us how we can take it forward to have it in the theaters where blind persons can watch a movie with sighted people, not disturbing anybody else, everybody watching it the way they want to watch it. That is it, actually.
Okay.
On.
Okay, thanks, Rummi, and thanks to all of you who are sparing the time for this special press conference being held on this particular subject. I would just like to say what our vision is and how things should be happening, from where do we actually want to reach. So what we want to see that If today we are sitting at home with the family and suddenly everybody says, oh, come on, today let's go out to a movie. And we should be able to select a movie from the regular places, go to book my show or somewhere and just book a ticket, go to that theater, watch a movie and come back. Now what is so special in this? If even one person, either a senior citizen or an elderly person of our family who cannot see very well, or a person like me who has some genetic problem and due to which I can't see, if just one of that family of 5 or 6 has this condition, will we be able to do the same thing with our family? That's the challenge and that's the vision and that's the whole solution that we are moving towards. The concept is well established in most of the high income group countries of the world. Theaters are equipped with the technology so that I can walk into a theater. Everybody doesn't need to listen to that special audio description. I would get a special, you can say just a headphone when I enter the theater. I would put that headphone on one ear and the audio description actually is being delivered only to me on my ear, and rest of the family along with the rest of the theater is watching a normal movie like everybody of us are doing. Now this actually should happen with every movie and this should happen in every theater. So we have got such a small task at our hand, isn't it? Just to equip every theater and have audio description with every movie that is being created in Bollywood. That's the vision. Of course, जैसे as we say कि किसी को addict बनाना है तो first of all we give things free and then we say. So what is happening today or what we have been trying to do in past so many years is kind of a demo creation. So we are creating what it really means, what it is. We are currently doing it with charity money. We have spoken to film producers who have been working with us. They say it's minuscule amount to be spent in comparison to the film budget that it takes to add on these facilities. So money is definitely not the hindrance here. It's just that it should become the normal norm of filmmaking, that the audio description is added to it. What Rummi was describing, that how we currently watch movie. I mean, if I've seen many movies with Rummi in theaters, and what happens is that we are sitting there in the hall, and I have to sort of have it like a custom-built audio description, because Rummi has to keep describing that while the movie is happening. And this custom-built audio description almost makes us like a culprit, because the person sitting right behind us or front us will stare at us with such hatred because we are disturbing them. And the second very strange circumstances come when actually there is a humorous scene going on in a movie. Everybody is laughing, Rummi is also laughing, and I'm nudging her. What is happening? What is happening? Now she's now checking whether she should laugh or she should describe the movie to me. So, yeah, I mean, we have these solutions now. We need to enjoy our lives as much as everybody else, and we need to have these recreational facilities like everybody else, and that's what we are currently working for. So rest I think we can take on when the questions comes from you, but this is what I would like to submit. Thank you.
Yeah, please.
First of all, thank you so much, the press, for covering us today and giving us your thoughts. And to the organizers and the International Film Festival for giving us this opportunity at this gracious occasion, for giving us slots for the films and also organizing a workshop, which I'll be talking about later. Why UNESCO? That's a very big question here. Like, out of this film, film is not really related to UNESCO's field of work. Then why does UNESCO come into the picture? Well, UNESCO has a lot of mandates in culture, and one of the mandates is cultural diversity and inclusion of cultural diversity. And India being the signatory to the United Nations Convention for the Rights of the Disabled Persons, and it's high time that India takes a decision to take that convention forward and bring together some kind of reforms in its current setting that makes things easier for persons with disabilities, especially accessibility to cultural institutions and cultural life. And since 2014, UNESCO New Delhi culture sector has been very heavily involved in the activities related to accessibility of persons with disabilities. Few of the activities that we are currently advocating and doing very fiercely is accessibility to films and television. So we have been partnering with Saksham for a lot of other things apart from films accessibility. And we have been supporting them in reaching to the right ministries, the right audience, and the right kind of people as an institutional support, and also as an organization which believes in culture, to promote the idea of films accessibility and kind of making it as a mandate within the Indian Parliament. So there is a bill that is pending in the Parliament which has some reforms on culture accessibility, exclusively the films and the cultural spaces, art, it could be art education, it could be dance, it could be folk art. So these are some of the reforms which are pending with the Parliament, and through these these forums, through these kind of interaction with the different organizations, and through these different channels, we all think about making a case to the government that yes, this is something that has to be truly into your mandate, and you should take it seriously and do something about the bill. So that is about UNESCO's involvement, and if you have any questions, I'm ready for questions as well. Thank you.
Okay, right. Good afternoon to one and all present here, all the press. First of all, thanks a lot to attend, and I suppose there are many people with many representations of different kinds of print and different medias here. We all are extremely excited for the event which is first time happening in International Film Festival. As this is the 47th year, though I should say it is after 47 years it is happening. Here, as Mr. Manocha and me, we carry a similarity because we are persons with total blindness. Probably because of which we actually know what is the importance of the audio description or of the section which is called as accessible films in the IFFI Goa this time. I know the moment UNESCO came in and it approached Saksham Delhi and collaboration with that, it is coming up. It is really good for IFFI also, who has actually taken up this time. The screening is still going on of the movie called Gandhi in Macquarie's Palace 2. We are seeing the kind of involvement of the persons with blindness who are sitting inside and actually viewing the movie, because I was actually observing just Gandhi ka agar aapko main bataun, for an example. The first part of the movie, around 20 minutes, has hardly dialogues. Right? I was just saying the same thing to Rummi and Dipendra also. Okay, if there is no audio description and me, a person who's having a lot of passion to watch different movies, it may be art related, it may be commercial related, it may be Indian, or it may be Hollywood. If I'm going alone in a theater to watch, example, a movie called Gandhi, probably in the start 20-25 minutes, I would either sleep. I wouldn't understand what is happening if I'm going alone. The movie which will be screened tomorrow, that is Bhag Milka Bhag, it had happened to me. I visited the theater onto Passion of Farhan Akhtar. I said कि नहीं यार ठीक है, फरहान अख्तर की मूवी है, देखनी चाहिए, बहुत अच्छी रहेगी, रेटिंग भी काफ़ी अच्छी आई. लेकिन I hardly understood anything in the movie except steps भागने की आवाज़ या उसके जो थोड़े बहुत dialogues थे movie में. Till the time I got the copy and I actually saw it and actually experienced the movie. In India, according to WHO, there are more than 62 million persons with blindness and low vision. So we really think it is a huge potential audience which we are missing in their particular regional languages. It may be Bollywood, it may be Tollywood, it may be anything. It may be, I say of Goa also, the Konkani movies which are made. I don't think so persons with blindness could really enjoy. Again, I wouldn't say it is a real miss out from the thing which has been done deliberately. No. Probably people are not aware. People are not aware of the potential audience, or people are not aware of the description which is available. And I'm really hoping through through the people actually sitting here in front of me, the message will go very rightly, very positively, why description is important, why the things, the words or the sentences which are coming on the screen is important. It is not only important to translate languages, but it is important for persons with hearing impairment to understand dialogues. You all would be seeing channels like HBO, channels like Star Movies, wherein you have those lines coming down in English, right? It is for understanding language, but it is very useful for persons with hearing impairment also. So these are very small things, very simple things, when incorporated in a movie, becomes very easy and very nice for us to understand a movie. And frankly, persons, as I said, persons like me who are really passionate to watch movies, I'm missing that. And I'm really hoping we take it forward very positively, and we hope for a very, very good result very soon. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Friends, any questions? This is to whom, the question? Oh, yes, sure. I can take that. No.
So, the audio description language is the same as the language of the movie. So, if the movie is in Hindi, we actually add the audio description also in Hindi. So, there was one movie which was released in UK. So, understandably, when the movie was actually being released with audio description in UK, they did it. They gave choice of 2 different language audio descriptions. So audio description was in English and in Hindi both. But normally it is in the same language.
In the same language, like we just finished with.
My question is to Rummi.
Yeah.
What was the criteria used for selection of films at IFFI?
Initially, we started the ones we thought would be more interesting, what we thought ourselves would be more interesting. But eventually, it came down to the fact that what the audience wants. What the blind person wants to see, because there are certain movies which we think are interesting, which they would not want to see. So it comes down to that, actually. It's all need-based, want-based. We ask them, there's a survey, and they tell us which. Like, you'd be surprised, like, now there is a big demand of senior citizens who are visually impaired. They want us to do Sholay. So that's a thing, I'm sure. So it's all through whatever they want to do. And just to mention that we just finished doing that famous Rajnikant film, Kabali. So that's also been audio described in the same language, in Tamil.
Which other festivals in future would you like to take this collaboration to?
In festivals? But no.
What I can say is that actually our vision is that this has to be part of every festival, because see, when you say which other festivals, of course it has to be part of every festival that is happening. The issue here is that before this festival, I never thought that I would actually go and attend a festival, a film festival, primarily because of this accessibility issue. The key point actually I would mention is that when we, the society and the world is actually the same for for everybody of us to live in. We all share spaces. We are living in the same place. We will have to walk on the same road on which you walk. We will have to take the same transportation. There's not going to be a separate world for us. No separate banking service for us, no separate airline for us, and same way, no separate theaters will be made for us. So, and of course, we don't expect a separate film festival for us. So every film festival, every theater, that's on our target. It just depends on our bandwidth and the resources available, how much we are able to expand.
Hi, my name is Vijay. My question to Vijay Raghvan. Sir, last month one incident has happened at INOX. The national anthem issue with Mr. Chaturvedi. You might be know, sir. So when it's come to the accessibility, what measures have you taken to bring this point to governments? Like what measures have you taken?
Well, in particular, UNESCO's work is, not really intervening with the government's functioning, but to contribute to it in whatever way we can.
But raising your voice is...
Of course we do. We do have raised our voice in our own way. We have to see what are the channels through which our voices can be heard. That is also very important. In forums like these, we get an opportunity to kind of bring many important issues to the public, how they can be, useful in reaching to the government, how the person who's sitting at the level who can make decisions, is he able to hear that as well? So those are the couple of things that we look for in forums like these. So there have been certain forums where we kind of try to make some noise, and we also try to bring in our type of interventions, but that is very limited, and that is where we need to find out, more concrete ways of making the government realize these things. So we have not been so much successful so far in getting the government do what we want, which is which is out of question. But at the same time, we find out ways of reaching our messages to the government.
Rummi ma'am, same question to you also. Same question to you also, which I asked for Raghvan, sir.
What was that?
The measures.
You want to see?
Yeah, please, sir. Okay.
See, the core issue, I would say the core issue we would like to address the core issue of that problem. So core issue of that problem is that people have not seen persons with disabilities, and people have not acknowledged diversity in the society. So for that person, if the person was not standing, the only reason he thought was that this person is not respectful to the national anthem. Whereas we all know the reason was something else. If a person on a wheelchair watching a movie is a common sight, if in this place, if in this hall, if in this, for example, in this whole IFFI, how many persons with disabilities have we actually seen participating? Right. This is what we want to change. This is what this whole effort is all about. If places like, Bollywood is a religion in itself in India, like cricket, right? So if that is something that is inclusive, and people become habitual of seeing persons with disabilities and the diversity, and start acknowledging diversity in the society to be seen around, I guess people will now think twice before they react, oh, there might be some other reason, because there is diversity in this whole society. So I think that's a more critical issue for us. We need to be seen around in normal day-to-day life for people to realize that there are different ways of living.
Ma'am, I would like to ask what is the most difficult thing in the entire process of audio description? So how do you make sure that the emotions come out? What is the most difficult?
Yeah, the most difficult part is the script writing, actually. the scene that needs to be described. You have to be very careful there because the time is short and sometimes you don't need to describe anything that's like the clothes or the facial expressions, the actual scene that is related with the dialogues that follow. That is the most critical part, the what is important in that non-dialogue portions which will relate to the dialogues that follow later. Because sometimes, and I can say for ourselves, because when we first started with Black, and to date, there's been a major difference. We were amateurs then, actually, and we still are to some extent, but at that time, we really didn't know what to describe, and we would describe very emotionally, you know, what we felt at that time. But that is not the actual thing. You just describe what is in the scene and let the viewer, the listener, make their own choice of emotions. So we made a lot of mistakes initially, so most difficult, critical part is the script writing, to describe them.
I mean, the over-description and under-description both are dangerous in this.
Yeah, absolutely, true. Yeah.
What has been the government's contribution in the whole process? Can you elaborate?
I think Mr. Taha can explain it.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, thank you.
Is it okay?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. Frankly, there is a good contribution जो अभी आप देख रहे हो 3 movies. सबसे पहली चीज़. Secondly, अगर मैं directly बताऊं, if I say कि directly it has to be done, frankly, nothing much is happening, right? Nothing much is happening, and we have to see to it that things happen very soon, in collaboration with UNESCO, in collaboration with Saksham, in collaborations with all like-minded institutes and people like you all. We are hoping to have many things very fast, and let's hope for the best, right?
So, as far as UNESCO's intervention with the government is concerned, so we have managed to put our words across to the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment, who has very kindly agreed to put this as one of their mandates as well, as their objective of the Accessible India campaign. If you might have seen their campaign, so they have one of the objectives in that where it leads to films and TV accessibility. So that is the result of our continuous interaction and continuous efforts in putting our thoughts across to the ministry and the people. And also it was part of their campaign earlier, but they just modified it according to what the demand was. So that is the kind of intervention that we can look forward to with the ministry. Yeah. And of course, this festival itself is one of the first of its kind where we have accessible films. And this is just the beginning, as you can see. So maybe in the future events, in the future film festivals, we'll have more interaction with the government, and they will be more ready to come forward and give us some more space. Thank you. The campaign itself is very huge, since it has to deal with with almost the entire India as much as possible. So they have to start somewhere, right? And we can see that already something is happening here.
Exactly.
It's not really like, it's not a dead end. They have come very positively with this idea of hosting 3 movies at this prestigious international festival, and we feel that this is just going to go ahead and, like a bang, it's going to kind of spread across. So maybe other film festivals and institutes might also get interested. And also to say that we are having a workshop on the 27th, which will highlight what we are doing more about audio description, the technical background behind it. And you're all welcome to come and attend it and interact with us and find out more about interesting things about audio description.
Same McWhinney's Palace.
It's the same place, yes.
11 o'clock in the morning.
There has been a collaboration many years back with the Children's Film Society in Mumbai, where when they have in Hyderabad, when they have the film, I think the festival, and they have been sending us films for there. For the last 3 years, we haven't got there, but earlier we did. So we've done a lot of, 2-3 years since we haven't done it. But earlier we have got many films from them for audio description, and which have been screened in Hyderabad.
I guess you see the role of the government in this is more on the policy issue, because like this new act for persons with disabilities is, it should have been here already, but we hope in very recent future we'll have a new act coming in, which actually acknowledges, because the UN Convention to which India is a ratifying country clearly says that the access to cultural experiences is part of the whole legal process. And under this, if the policies come like saying that, okay, at least 10% of the program of every channel needs to be accessible, those kind of words can make a huge difference in what is currently happening. We are here to create a model, but the scaling up, etc., can happen either by the policy or by such government initiatives. So yes, there are things that needs to be done, which way forward, especially in terms of policy and scaling up of this operation. And this is a good. That's why we say that this is a good milestone, because there is a clear-cut acknowledgement and a lot of positive feedback and positive attitude that we have seen here, and the support that we are getting from the film society here.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's been really, really very positive, very positive.
In terms of publicity and all,
Wonderful.
also it was quite very good. Very nice.
Any more questions? So we conclude this press conference. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.